Let's have a little chat, shall we? Been a while since I've been on the YouTubes. Haven't had internet at home since January, so uh, don't know how this upload is going to work. I'll just leave that at that. But today, I want to talk about these stimulus checks for businesses and individuals, and this whole $600 a month on top of 100% unemployment incentive not to work. Now, I'm 48 years old and I can work circles around almost everybody I know who's 20 plus years younger than me. Let that sink in. So obviously I grew up in a different culture, a different kind of culture, a culture that had something that you young people have no clue about today. It's something called work ethic. It's something called you don't work, you don't eat. So I'm going to address the segments of society, and you'll know who you are. The people that are here illegally, that are going to be getting quote unquote free money. Guess what? That money's not free. A small, tiny portion of it is my money. Money I earned, that you're getting, that the government is taking out of my pocket and giving to you for free. In other words, you don't have to do anything for it. I had to perform work for it, but you're not going to. Right? Now, it's not a one-time thing either. This is not a one-time occurrence. This is going to happen and has and does happen over and over and over again. Now, for millions of people like me who work, you are robbing them. Not just people here illegally, but people who are on welfare. Any kind of welfare, food stamps, cash EBT. Okay, now I get it. If you're a single mother and you're struggling to keep the electricity on and there's barely any food in the pantry and you need some financial assistance and maybe you don't have time to work because you're having to raise your children. Okay, people in situations like that, yes, I have sympathy for. I'm glad to help out. But you people out on the streets, you tweakers, you meth heads, you bums, crack addicts, general homeless people, people who are on welfare, people in minority communities who are on welfare, who think that they are entitled to receive without having to produce. You see these people everywhere. I just recently heard a story about this lady in Washington who has a salon business. She has a bunch of different salons. She got a stimulus check as she was supposed to. She jumped through all the right hoops. She did what she needed to do, and she kept her, even though she couldn't keep her doors open, she kept her employees on the payroll and kept them paid, even though they couldn't go to work. Well, now if I were one of her employees, even though I couldn't go to work, yet you still kept me on the payroll so that I could pay my bills and get food, in my mind, I would be grateful for that. I'd absolutely be grateful for that. Do you think these people were grateful? No. 100% of her employees blasted her for not firing them so that they could get 100% unemployment plus $600 a month. Now, this is happening. This is happening. Not in her case, but in many other small business cases. So let me tell you, people who are getting your 100% unemployment plus the $600 a month, thinking you're, that kind of rich now. It's not going to last forever. That's not going to last forever. It's going to run dry. While you sit at home and you eat your Cheetos and you play your video games, and I'm not knocking video games. I'm a video game player myself. I'm not knocking Cheetos either. I kind of like Cheetos. But you get my point. That's going to run out, and you're not going to have the things that you need to have within yourself to be able to produce something of value to exchange for something you need. You're not going to have a work ethic because you don't have one now. And getting this 100% unemployment plus $600 a month isn't going to give you a work ethic. And when that runs out and you do go trying to find a job again, Guess what else is going to happen? Here's the second point that I'm coming to. Nobody's going to want to hire you. Why? Because you took the money that Uncle Sam stole from us to give to you. And so do you think anybody that has business to run, and when you come knocking on their door saying, hey, this coronavirus crisis is over now, I need a job, my unemployment's run out, and the government's no longer handing me that extra $600 a month. Imagine, put yourself in that business owner's shoes. That person knowing that you've collected all this money over time while maybe they've been struggling to pay their mortgage, pay their rent, keep their doors open, and get their business up and running again. You think they're going to want to hire you? Are you kidding me? No, they'll kick you to the curb just like that. They'll find somebody like me who, throughout this crisis, has continued working. Fortunately, I'm grateful for this in no uncertain terms. I am absolutely grateful that I happen to be part of an essential industry. People gotta eat, and I deliver pizza, and we've been going gangbusters, let me tell you. And I kind of feel sorry for all of you people in this category, in these categories that I'm talking about. Illegals, people on welfare, people that just don't want to work at all, people that are lazy and don't want to produce, they just want to take. It's all you folks that have been buying up the pizza. People like me, we don't order pizza. No, we go to the grocery store and we buy meat, vegetables, beans, and rice, and flour, and sugar, and coffee, things that are going to last into the future so that we can have a meal 2 weeks down the road from now. You people ordering pizza? You got your meal just for today. What happens when the economy really collapses? And I mean the big trucks stop rolling, as in you walk into every grocery store in the city and there's nothing there. What are you going to eat then? That $600 a month? Good luck. Now, I'm coming to the third point that I wanted to make about all this. And this should really smack you upside the head in a big way. This should be your wake-up call. Not only, I'm getting a phone call during this. I hope it doesn't interrupt the video. Anyway, not only are people not going to want to hire you when you come back to their door looking for a job, right, after this whole crisis is all over, and it will be over after the shit hits the fan to a certain degree, and that's coming too. Mark my words. We're going to be in a situation of without rule of law. You might have seen that acronym on the internet. WROL. Shit hits the fan. I put it together. But when this is all over, not only are people not going to want to hire you, they're going to resent you for having done what you've done, for having taken their money. Now, if the shit hits the fan scenario gets to the point where nobody can work, where we do have martial law crackdown, and all the people that have lost their jobs, lost their homes, lost their businesses because of this shutdown and because of this economic collapse, in a martial law situation, what do you think those people are going to do? The people with the resources are going to survive. What are you going to survive on? That $600 a month? Now then there's going to be another category of people like me, who are barely surviving. If this stuff gets any worse, I won't survive. I don't know how long it'll be before I get kicked out of my apartment, before I lose my vehicle, before something gets vandalized. If the situation gets pretty bad, guess what people like me are going to want to do? If we're good, decent human beings, we won't do it. But if we're not, we're coming after you, taking what you've got, because you've taken from us. Now, there are going to be plenty of people out there who are going to do just that. You see those people going to work every day in their construction outfits, in their boots, with their tools, making just enough to make ends meet. If they lose everything, do you think those people, those nice, gentle people, upstanding, hardworking people, are going to just sit on their asses on the curb and go, oh, poor me, there's no work anymore? No. They're going to be thinking to themselves, you know what? I busted my butt through this whole thing, and now I'm left with nothing. And here are all these people around me who just took and took and took and took. And now I am in need, and there's no government handout for me. Think about that. Think about the position you're putting yourself in by accepting this stimulus, by accepting that 100% unemployment plus $600 a week. It's only going to last 4 months, but shit can get real ugly in less time than that. And so I just want you freeloaders out there, I shouldn't be bothering to give you guys a heads up because you're not going to listen anyway, and even if you did, you'd blow me off. I get that. You think this situation is going to last forever because you can't see further than the end of the nose on your face. And that's going to be your downfall. Now, I'm not going to come take anything from you. I'm not going to exploit anybody or hurt anybody in a shit hits the fan situation. But you know what? I'm sure going to be laughing my ass off when you're hurting because all you did was take and take and take. Now, I have something of value to offer. My labor. You don't have anything of value to offer because you don't know how to labor. You disdain labor. You think it's beneath you. You're one of those people when the media talks about Americans not wanting to do those kinds of jobs. You're the people they're talking about, not people like me. I'll go out in the field and pick oranges all day. I'll go out in the sun, in the hot sun, and work all day. Yeah, it's tough. It's hard. It's physically straining. You actually break a sweat. Oh my God. But you know what? At the end of the day, I'll eat and you won't. Adios.